Greetings, LEAD 805 students. This is Dr. Stephon Stewart. I wanted to give you guys a brief overview about formatting your paper using APA. There were some things that I noticed in some of your book reviews that I felt like let me address so that you can be better prepared when it comes time for your actual research paper. I want you to pay attention to this video so there's no excuse. So when I grade that research paper, if I still see those errors, you're going to lose points on. So one of the things I noticed was the page number. In APA, per APA 7th and even in the 6th edition, page numbers are supposed to be in the right-hand corner of every page. Also, if you use APA and have your manual, you'll notice that a lot of times it's asking for a running header. You only need to do a running header on a major research paper like what you got to do in a few weeks if you're doing your dissertation. But for a short paper like this book review, it is not necessarily required, but I'm going to show you how to properly do it so that if you do it down the road for another book review, you'll know how. So the way to do a running header and make sure that the page number is on every page, you would click on Insert in Microsoft Word. You would click on Header, and right here it would be where the running header would be. So in this case, we're going to say the name of my paper is Allyship, a collaborative approach to equity and inclusion. Well, your running header should not be that large. You just take a portion of your title of your paper and use it as a running header. So for this paper, I'm going to make my running header to be Allyship. So then I'm going to tab over. And once you tab over, now I'm going to insert my page number. And what you choose here is current position because I've tabbed over to the position that I want. I select the first one, which is plain number. And there you go. There's my running header, Allyship. And right here is my page number. And I'm going to click on OK. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scroll down to add a page. And as you can see, when I scroll up, there's my running header. There's my page number. It's counting. It's every page that I include in my paper, it's going to include the next page number. So that's how you do your running header and your page number. You click on header. You type your running header to the left. You tab over to the right when you get yourself in the right position, and then you click on page number, current position, and it's going to put it in the top right-hand corner. All right, so now the next step is, let me show you how to format your actual title page since we've started this. So all this information, I'm just going to scroll it down to the next page, get it out of my way. So I know that the title of my paper is Allyship, a collaborative approach to equity and inclusion. So I'm going to center it, but I'm going to tab it down some. And it's once you do it more, you'll be able to judge more often. But your title of your paper should kind of be right here in this area. Then I'm going to give some space, and I'm going to say my name. I'm going to say Dr. Stephon Stewart. This is LEAD 805. The teacher's name, I'm going to say Dr. X, and I'm going to put my date that it's due November 18th, 2024. You want to make sure that all this information here is single spaced. So I'm going to go in spacing, it's single. So there's my title page. I have my running header, I have my page number, I have the title of my paper, my information, the class, the professor's name, and the date. Now, supposedly in the class, say your teacher says, please include the school name. After I put the teacher's name, then I will put the school name and the date that the paper is due. Now let's go on to the next page. So the next page begins my introduction. So in APA, we have those main headers, which I have shared with several of you all that I've given feedback to. So the main headers for APA is introduction, literature review, methodology, conclusion, and then references. Now, when you're writing major papers like your dissertation, you will have subheadings within those sections. But those are the 5 main headers in APA. So since I said introduction is a header, I'm going to put space here. I'm going to type the word introduction, and I'm going to make that bold. And there you go. So I'm starting now. Allyship is the active practice of leveraging one's privilege to advocate for and support marginalized communities in their pursuit of equity and inclusion. So some of you that have already given feedback on, that's a powerful opening to an introduction. It's beginning to open up the floor to tell your reader what I'm going to be talking about, but it gives you a powerful statement about allyship to start your introduction. And then we go on through the process, and your introduction will be a full paragraph, and then you would end it with a thesis statement. Also, when you have every new paragraph, it should be indented in APA, and it should be double spaced. So you want to make sure that both of these, the spacings, the before and after, are on 0, and then you're going to click double space, and now it's double spaced. If you notice, of course, all these 2 citations are at the end of the sentence. Those are called parenthetical citations because they're at the end. But if you can also do it at the beginning. So I'm going to take this particular citation, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to start it out at the beginning of the sentence. When you start it out at the beginning of the sentence, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it exactly like I'm doing it now. You would say Brown. It will put the parentheses around the year. You will put a comma here, and since allyship is not a proper noun, you would say allyship extends beyond performative gestures. It calls for genuine relationships and solidarity. So that's one way. I'm sorry, I left off the parentheses here. So this is the other way. So when the citation is at the beginning of the sentence, that is called a narrative citation. So this is the first way you can do a narrative citation. Or you can do it this way, according to Brown, and then you still put the date. The date is the only thing that goes in the parentheses with a narrative citation, and then you would go right into allyship extends beyond the performative gesture. So once you've finished all your writing, the next section you want to be clear about is your references. So I'm going to take it down to the next page because your references start on their own page. And of course, in the reference section, it would not be bulleted. Your reference heading would be centered. The second line of the reference would be indented. So when you see that happen, you just go back 1 more space, hit enter, and then delete it over. I would do the same for this. You backspace, hit enter, and tab it over. And the only thing here is you want to make sure that, and I'm going to clear this up, I'm going to restart. The references should be double spaced so that in between the reference is single spaced. So as you can see, the reference has been double spaced. It's a complete, the Diversity and Inclusion Journal, all your journals should be italicized. So this is, there you go, the NASPA journal is italicized. We see the volume, we see the issue, we see the page number. The same with the other one. You see the volume, you see the issue, you see the page number. And the title of the journal should not be italicized. The title of the article in the journal should not be italicized. Of course, if it's a book, it's a difference. The title of the book should be italicized and the actual publishing company should not. But the best way to know what to do is to make sure you have your APA manual in front of you. If you do not own the APA manual, you can go out to the link apa.apastyle.com. I believe that is what it is. And if I remember, I'll share it in the announcement. That way you can actually see how to learn how to format your different sources, because there are different sources that you can use in your writing, in your papers, and you need to know how to properly cite them and format them in your reference section. Also, we do not accept any Wikipedia, so using Wikipedia is not even an option. So if I see Wikipedia, you're automatically losing major points for that, because Wikipedia is not a scholarly source, because anyone can go into Wikipedia and make changes to what's being said. So I hope this particular little tutorial will help you in using APA. As you can see, you see your reference section, you see the body of your paper, you see how your title page should be formatted. And so if you have any questions, please, please, please don't hesitate to contact me. And I'm going to upload this sample paper for you to review as a reference going forward. I look forward to reading the rest of your book review and your research papers. Enjoy the rest of your day.